Right, I am delighted to be joined by Jason Moloney, all the way from Sydney, Australia. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm going well, Adam. Going well. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad, mate. Delighted to hear the news that you will be taking on Naoya Inoue in Las Vegas on the 31st of October. How are you feeling about it? Initial thoughts?
Yeah, stoked, mate. Stoked. Finally, the announcement's been made, but yeah, we've obviously known about it for a couple of weeks now and been working extremely hard. And yeah, cannot wait, mate. This is the biggest opportunity of a lifetime, really. And I'm ready to grab that opportunity with both hands and make the most of it.
It really is. It really is a massive two belts on the line, I believe, the WBA and the IBF. This will be your second
And the
shot.
Ring magazine as well.
Oh, and the Ring Magazine, of
And the
course,
Ring
of course.
magazine.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
man in there. I was talking to Tony earlier, and he was telling me how much you've been almost begging for this fight. Um, why Annui? Is it because he's the best, or do you see holes where a lot of other people don't see anything, where you can beat him? What's going on there?
Basically, because he's the best. Yeah. I mean, people seem to think I'm crazy for wanting to take on the best, the best bantamweight in the world. I just don't get it. I mean, I've worked my whole life in this sport, dedicated my life to boxing. I want to be the best that I can be. And my dream is to be the number one bantamweight in the world and to hold all the belts. So, of course, I want to take on Annui and win 3 belts and try and cement myself at the top of the division. This is the biggest fight there is for me in and around my weight. And yeah, I want the opportunity. I believe I can beat him. And this is my opportunity to go out there and do that and shock a lot of people.
Excellent. Well, let's talk a little bit about your previous fight against Leonardo Baez, in June. Great performance, man. Really, really fantastic stuff. You're looking forward to getting back to Las Vegas again. First of all, actually, tell me about that experience going to Las Vegas, being out there, like in sort of real serious shows during the lockdown period.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a strange and different Las Vegas than what I've been to and seen before. But mate, we loved it over there. Everybody from the top ranked team treated us so well and looked after us so well, and we had the best training environment. Me and my brother were out there for 6 weeks before our fights, and yeah, the environment there, training in the top ranked gym and the sparring we got over there and the weather, everything was just perfect, mate. And I was just, yeah, I just loved my time over there and fighting at the MGM. An absolute dream come true. Obviously, it was a bit different because there was no crowd, but still just being there in such an, iconic boxing venue and to headline a show there and to walk away with a really impressive win. And yeah, it was just an amazing moment, and yeah, probably one of the best moments of my life. Yeah, really enjoyed my time over there, and now we're heading back there to do things even bigger and better.
Cool, man. So talk to me about the no crowd. I remember talking to you before this fight, and you said you'd had experience with that in the amateur system. What was it like on this occasion with no crowd?
Yeah, so I'd fought in front of small crowds in the amateur scene, and obviously, when you're training every day and sparring, there's not really anyone watching. So I felt like I could sort of draw on those experiences and it would be fine. And to be honest, fighting was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't as different as you'd imagine. 2 days before my fight, sitting in the crowd and watching Andrew fight and being in the audience where there's, a handful of people, you land a good shot and no one really makes any noise or has any reaction. You can basically only hear the two corners cheering their fighter on. That was pretty odd watching Andrew. But then actually getting in there and fighting myself it wasn't that weird at all. I felt like it was still a really big occasion. I still got the nerves walking out to the ring. The way they sort of set up the venue and everything looked amazing. The lighting and the presentation looked unbelievable. So I still felt like it was a really big occasion, and it still gave me the buzz and still gave me that fight night atmosphere. And it wasn't as strange as I thought it might be.
Cool. So you adapted quite nicely. Did you have to quarantine when you come back to Australia? You're in Sydney now.
Yeah.
Because Tony told me he did a month's worth of quarantine. 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
2 weeks in Sydney and then 2 weeks in Perth. How was that?
Yeah. Well, he got the rough end of the stick. We landed in Sydney, and it's our rules and regulations here that as soon as you land, you've got to go straight to hotel and do 14 days of quarantine. So we went to a hotel in Sydney, and you just locked in your room for 14 days, and it was pretty well torture from being away from my family for so long already. 6 weeks, and then you sort of feel like you're going home, and you land in Australia, and you feel like you're close, but then 14 days just drags on. It felt like 14 weeks. But you get through it, mate. We just watched a bit of TV and had a bit of downtime, and then we got out, and it is what it is. At least we were allowed to travel to America and fight. So you got to take the good with the bad.
So you and your brother quarantined together, yeah?
Yeah, because we're family, we had the choice to share a room. So we shared a hotel room, just have a bit of company. But
you get sick of
once we did our 14 days, we were allowed to go home. But Tony had to fly to Perth and then do another 14 days. So
I know
he got the rough end of the stick.
Crazy.
But lucky he's a good man and a great manager, and he didn't complain. He does it for the team.
Excellent. He's got it all to do again by the looks of things. So yeah. At least he's got some experience in it.
Make sure it's worthwhile.
I was asking Tony earlier about this. What holes do you see in Naoya Inoue? Where's his weaknesses?
Well, he's an exceptional fighter. It's not like I'm picking Annui because I can see this massive hole that I'm going to exploit. I just believe in my abilities, and I want to test myself against the best. If there's one thing about him, obviously he's very aggressive, and he backs himself to land those knockout punches. So sometimes he can be pretty reckless, and he can be hit himself, as you saw with Donaire. Landed some pretty decent punches on him and hurt him a couple of times throughout the fight. So, there is opportunities there. You got to be good enough, smart enough, and have the guts to pull the trigger, which I believe I can do, mate, and I'll back myself.
Yeah, because there is that thing does happen with fighters. I think it happened with Golovkin when he was knocking everyone out, and Inoue, and sort of till he fought Donaire. What did you make of the fight he had with Nonito Donaire? What did you make of that?
Yeah, an incredible fight of the year. Incredible fight. I wasn't all that surprised with how the fight went. A lot of people were thinking Annui would probably just walk straight through Donaire, but even at 37 or 36, whatever he was at the time, he proved that he still has a fair bit left in the tank. And he, I think just with that experience, that ring smart, being around and, having achieved what Donaire's achieved, he obviously knows what he's doing inside the ring, and he's faced the best of the best. So I wasn't too surprised with how well he did in the fight. I thought maybe when he hurt him, he maybe let him off the hook a little bit, which
really?
I certainly won't be doing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So you're gonna you just kind of believe you have to fight the best you've got to take this, but it sounds like you're quite confident. From
Yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, and you've got to be. I don't think he's really probably faced anyone that's got in the ring against him and actually thought they could beat him. I mean, maybe Donaire, but apart from that, everyone else seems to put him on a pedestal and think he's invincible. But if you go in there with that mindset, then you're not going to win the fight. So I'm going in there backing myself and believing that I can win the fight, and I'll be giving it everything I've got.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. It brings us, they brought us back to what we were talking about there, about that mindset. Do you think this is potentially the best time to fight him? Because he's coming off, he's kind of been humanized almost in his fight with Donaire.
Yeah.
If you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's had I think he would have had 12 months out of the ring by the time we fight. And, he did sustain a fairly decent injury in his fight against Donaire. But, with a guy like him, I mean, he's still in the absolute peak of his career. And he is the sort of guy, from what I've seen, that keeps himself in the gym all the time. You don't see him blowing out and walking around out of shape. He seems to be the sort of guy like myself that's in the gym all year round and always looking to improve as much as you can. So I don't think I've, as such, got him at the perfect time, but this was the time for me. I had the opportunity there to fight him, and I said, bring it on. I'm all for it, because an opportunity like this, you say no to this, you may not get another big opportunity like this to fight, a pound for pound great fighter for three belts, and really catapult my career. Beating Annui will, basically turn me into a superstar overnight and tick nearly all my dreams off in one hit. So as soon as the opportunity was presented to me, I said, mate, I'm all in. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. Good man. So the Vegas Top Rank connection, that relationship seems to be going very, very well so far.
Yeah, couldn't be happier, mate. We obviously I was very excited signing with Top Rank, but and until you've actually been over there and sort of been with the crew face to face, you don't really know what to expect. But mate, they opened us with open arms and treated us so well. They went above and beyond and made sure we had everything we needed and were comfortable, and just looked after me and Andrew so well when we were out there. And we're very excited about our future together, and winning this fight will just make things even better.
Yeah, of course, mate. Brilliant. In terms of coronavirus, I don't want to talk specifically about the virus, of course, but you're in Sydney. What have we got? We've got a couple of months till the fight. The gyms, are you back training and back in the gym and stuff? Is that side of things okay for you at the moment?
So I'm actually in northern New South Wales. I'm about an 8-hour drive from Sydney.
Oh, right. So quite a way away.
So coronavirus is still not great in Sydney and in Melbourne, where I'm originally from. But where I am, the restrictions are pretty eased. Gyms are open, restaurants, cafes, things like that are open. Still some limitations to what you can do, but we've been back in the gym, haven't stopped. So it's not really affecting me too much at the moment. International travel still can be tough, but luckily Tony Tolge, my manager's already organised the exemption, and we've got permission to travel back to America. So everything's good to go. There's nothing stopping us, and happy days.
Good stuff. Yeah, it seems to me like you've got some support from the state, not like financial or anything, but like allowing you to do this during this very, very strange time. That's pretty cool, because they're not doing that for every Australian, I believe. I may be wrong.
Yeah, that's right. And it's fantastic. It's really is a relief that we are able to get permission to travel over to America, because we're in the peak of our career, and if we had been forced to not be able to take these opportunities, it would have been heartbreaking. But I think given the fact that we had our P1 visas and our contracts with Top Rank and things like that, and the fact that these are such big fights, I don't think any if you were just going over trying to get to America for a 10-round non-title fight, I don't think you'd get over the line. But given the fact that these fights are, world title fights and, on the, the biggest stage, I think that's a huge help. And that sort of allows us to go over there and do what we're doing. So grateful to have the permission and grateful to be in the position we are and have these big fights offered to us. So it's all just working out, and I think it's just going to add to the story when I get the job done. Just the situation surrounding this, if it wasn't for the coronavirus, then I probably wouldn't have got this opportunity, because Casemiro was obviously signed to fight Annui, and that was all going ahead unless something happened, and coronavirus sort of did what it did, and made that fight not happen, and it sort of opened the door for me. So with with the bad situation that it is, and it's terrible, some good things have come from it for me anyway.
Definitely, mate. Well, brilliant stuff. Well, when are you guys going to head out to Vegas? Do you have a rough idea? Because you got things so well set up there.
Yeah, we're booking the flights as we speak. We're looking to go 4 or 5 weeks early. So yeah, plenty of time over there. We've already got some sparring teed up for when we land. And everything's set up really well, as you said. So really looking forward to getting over there and really knuckling down. I'm obviously training extremely hard already back home, but looking forward to getting over there and soaking up this big fight atmosphere and getting really stuck into the training in Vegas, and then getting in the ring and
cool, man,
making history.
Wicked. Well, man, it's great to hear things going so well. You're really fighting right at the top of the tree at the moment, so it's very exciting. I can't wait for the show. All that's left for me to say is just thank you so much for speaking to pro boxing fans. It's been a pleasure, man, talking to you, and I can't wait to see the next fight.
Yeah, my pleasure, mate. Always good to talk to you, and thank you for all your support over the years.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, really appreciate it.